And in the Nets preseason finale against the Timberwolves, Steve Nash drew up every lineup he could conjure. After the win, Durant said, quote, "I feel like we've got a lot of guys that can play different positions, guys that can do different things out there. So it's on us to adjust to any lineup." KD also addressed playing without Kyrie. Take a listen.
This is on me to just focus on me and do my job, and I let those two parties handle that situation. So, I want our whole team together. I want us to be at full strength, but sometimes it don't work out that way. But I'm still positive that things will work out in the best for both parties. What is being mad gonna do? We're not gonna change his mind, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we'll let him figure out what he needs to do and the team figure out, what they need to do. And us as players, when we in the locker room, we on the floor, we're gonna work with each other. So, life is amazing. So I can't be too mad at somebody making a decision for themselves.
Shannon, what did KD's comments tell you?
We prepared ourselves to play without Kyrie.
Yep.
Like he said, I can't be too mad. I'm a little mad at it, but I can't be too mad because I thought, we came here to try to win a championship and it was going to be everybody on board. Let's do what's in the best interest of the team.
Yep.
When you brought James Harden on, Skip, what do? KD said, I got to sacrifice. Kyrie, I got to sacrifice. James Harden says, I got to sacrifice. Now all of a sudden, Kyrie says, I'm going to do what's in the best interest of me. No more sacrificing. So KD is like, look, both parties doing what's in the best interest of them. They're moving on. And like when we're in that locker room, we just got to come out there and play. KD, I can adjust to anybody. Just put 4 other guys out there on the court with me and I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to hoop. And he basically said, that's all I care about. Y'all, all that y'all talking about Kyrie and Kyrie, I love Kyrie, would love for Kyrie to be here. He said it. I would love for the team to be together, Skip.
Yep.
But that's, things don't always go that way, basically. So for me, KD is basically saying, God, we moving on. We moving on. We're not going to change his mind. I think very early on, KD understood that we're not changing his mind. James Harden understood. James Harden said since the team has made that decision, I think that decision was made on Tuesday, Skip.
Yep.
We haven't talked to Kyrie. KD said, I haven't talked to Kyrie.
Yep.
What is there to talk about? We've been trying to get this done all summer, Skip. We started this once the season was over. And it like when New York instituted that mandate, we started talking to Kyrie. Come on, Kai. Come on, Kai. So here we are, June, July, August, September. Here we are in October. If we haven't convinced him now, Skip, what's another 10-minute phone call? What's another 5-minute phone call? What's stopping by the man's crib and saying, Kyrie, come on, bro. And Kyrie's made his mind up. That's one thing, that's what makes players great, and that's one of their flaws, is that they're stick-to-itiveness. They're stubborn. Sometimes to a fault. Kyrie says, I don't want to take the vaccine. For whatever reason, I don't know enough about it. I don't feel comfortable with it, and I'm not going to take it. Respect that. But KD says, look, the team has made their decision. Kyrie has made his decision, and we're moving forward. And it's up to us, the players, in that locker room, to no matter what the lineup is to go out there and play basketball. And KD says, hey, I love Kyrie. Kyrie, my guy, but we moving on.
I agree with your point of view on what Kevin said after that game. But I found his body language and his tone stunning because he was completely at peace with the decision he and the organization have made, just at peace with it. It was one big shrug, and he was beyond any anger that I believe he felt a week ago or 10 days ago. He's worked through it. He's already had his heart-to-heart with Kyrie.
Of course.
And yet, it was significant to me. They haven't, according to Kevin, they have not spoken for the last 2 days since the decision was made. The team is moving on. They have not spoken. Because to your point, he knows Kyrie Irving better than anybody. And he knows his head is hard. Once he decides, he's there, and he's not going to back down.
Skip, you remember when he was in Cleveland? He said, if you don't trade me, I'm going to have surgery. So I won't be, you won't get no use out of me. So he forced him to do that. So now you know how Kyrie is. Kyrie get it made up his mind. Kyrie ain't getting no vaccine.
So there was no Joel Embiid saying it's borderline disrespectful that he's not with us. Remember that about Ben? Because you can still say it's not even borderline. It's just disrespectful to this team that one of their top 3 players has chosen not to be there.
But Kyrie and KD's relationship is different than Joel and Ben Simmons. So I don't think those guys were ever as close as KD and Kyrie.
No.
They're not going to dinner. They're not doing anything together.
No.
All they're teammates.
They're co-workers.
Right. They're friendly.
Yep.
They're not friends.
I got you. But I loved everything Kevin said, because he's just basically throwing up his hands and saying, hey, what is being mad going to do now?
Right.
It's going to do nothing. So he says, we're not going to change his mind. Nope, you're not. You tried.
Right.
I'm sure they tried repeatedly.
Of course.
He says, you know what I'm saying? We'll let him figure it out, what he needs to do, and then the team needs to figure out what it needs to do, which has already happened.
That's 2 separate things.
Yep.
That's Kyrie, that's the team.
So his conclusion was, when Kyrie is ready, I'm sure he will talk to the owner and the GM and the coach.
Right.
And they'll all figure it out, and they'll tell us. Until then, we're just going to keep grinding, because that's all Kevin wants to do is grind.
He wants
to go hoop.
That's it.
And I don't know if you caught this. We heard it in the clip. He just threw it in. Life is amazing. So he's sitting back saying, it's not like the world has ended. We're really good. And I thought they made a little bit of a statement last night. I know it's just the last preseason game, no big deal, but they're playing the T-Wolves. They looked really good to me. In the stretches that Kevin played, he was really good. He had 19 and 7. And James was really good because he had 14 assists in about 31 minutes. And LaMarcus Aldridge was really good, made all 8 of his free throws. They just look like a deep, talented, #1 type seed basketball team.
Skip, the thing is Kevin Durant said, why am I worried? I'm Kevin Durant. Skip, remember he was doing that interview? He said, you guys know who I am. I'm Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Sometimes I've wondered if Kevin knows that.
Skip knows. So he's like, hold on, wait a minute. What? We're not going to beg. We asked Kyrie, come on, bro. You know, we got a chance to do something special.
Yep.
But I'm Kevin Durant. That's James Harden.
That's James Harden.
We've both been MVPs.
Yep.
We're both elite.
Yep. And we added Patty Mills and Millsap, and LaMarcus came back. And
Joe Harris found his shot last night.
He found his shot. And what did he make, 7 or 10?
7 or 10 from 3.
That'll work. And, you know, he's capable of doing that on a fairly regular basis. And Nicholas Claxton had a nice game for them as a starter, because I told you I like him. He's 6'11".
Yeah.
He was the first pick in the second round. He's pretty good.
Yep.
So they're a loaded basketball team without Kyrie. Again, what was Kevin's first statement? Definitely want Kyrie to be around. Well, who wouldn't?
Right.
Are they a little better with Kyrie?
Yeah,
yes.
they're a lot better. I mean,
I don't know if they're a lot, but they're a little better.
He's an elite level scorer.
Yep.
He's a guy that can take the ball and go get his own shot. You don't have to run plays for him, because he can go get his own. James Harden is another guy, can go get his own. We know what KD is, offer without an explanation. Yes, they would be better without Kyrie, but I think you still have to say they're the favorite, because their 2 best players are better than anybody else's 2 best players. So no matter how you look at it, whatever team you go to, you say, okay, give me your 2 best players. The Brooklyn puts up their 2 best players, and they're better.
So you just admitted that KD and Harden are better than LeBron and AD.
I said their 2 best players are better than anybody else's 2 best players.
Wow. Well, that's a concession.
No, it's not no concession. I still think LeBron James is the best player in the NBA, but KD's number 2.
Okay, so is James? So James is more valuable than AD? I didn't think you thought that.
James Harden is a better player than Anthony Davis. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Man,
James Harden's been
giving up on your Lakers already.
Hold on, time out.
I think the 0-6 just went completely to your head.
Let me ask you a question.
Huh?
How many people you think will go say Anthony Davis is better than James Harden?
I think a lot of people would. I thought you would. I would have bet.
No.
100 bands
I like
Skip. I would have.
No, you
and AD?
Yeah.
Come on.
Listen, you would know what James Harden
I think
is.
you're prisoner of the 5 of 18 moment.
No.
5 of 18.
Skip, you know, James Harden was in the MVP running last year before he tweaked that hamstring.
No, I love him. But most people don't love him in the postseason.
No, but
right?
Skip, here's the thing. We haven't seen him really in the postseason at his best with a guy like KD. We saw AD at his best in the postseason with LeBron. So it's going to be interesting. Well, we did see him. Remember that first series against Boston? How did James Harden look? He was like 26 and 13, 26 points, 13 assists. Yep. So he looked unbelievable.
And then, right on schedule, he pulled his hamstring.
He tweaked his hamstring.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so
he was just dragging it around against Milwaukee.
But I still think when they redo it, when Fox Bet and all these gambling sites when they reset the odds, I still believe the Brooklyn Nets will be favored.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, Shannon Sharpe just offered a concession speech here on October the 15th. He has conceded the NBA title to the Brooklyn Nets.
How do you get that? Why would I offer a concession speech on my daughter's birthday? I would never do that. I would take the next day.
To your daughter.
Yeah, I would do that the next day, but not today.
Okay.
Skip, it's not a concession.
It's okay. I appreciate your honesty and your humility.
Let me ask you a question. For the most part, when the Lakers play anybody else other than the Nets, they have the two best players. When they play the Clippers, they have the two best players. Paul George healthy, Kawhi healthy, they're not better than LeBron and AD. No, Giannis and Chris Middleton or Giannis and Holiday, nobody two best players. The Brooklyn Nets has the two best players. There's no shame in that. It's true.
All I know is the Clippers would have beaten the Lakers last year. That's all I know. I get what you're saying. In a vacuum, the two against two, I'll give you a slight edge, but only a slight edge.
Yeah, we were hurt. You know we were healthy. We bust y'all up.
We were hurt because we lost our man completely.
We lost AD. We lost LeBron.
You didn't lose LeBron. He was there.
He was there.
Oh, that's right. He got up off the bench in the fourth quarter at Phoenix and just walked all the way to the locker room. You lost him.
You bringing up old stuff.
No, that was the stuff.
Well, you gonna see he gonna get up off the bench a lot this year.
We'll see how it all unfolds starting next week. But coming up, Skip's Cowboys run Zeke to a win over Bill Belichick's Patriots.